Prodigal Steve returns with more Afterbirth Plus. How's it going, everybody? We're gonna do an Apollyon run today, as opposed to the daily. Why? I've been trying, somewhat half-heartedly, to get this chest win as Apollyon off camera. This has not worked out for me, largely because I've been doing other things while trying to get the win. You know, watching YouTube, watching Twitch, etc., etc. And then, you know, voiding bad items, like, say, I don't know, Doctor's Remote, which isn't inherently a bad item until you forget about it and it costs you a run. This definitely didn't happen in the recent past. Lil Loki is fine, but yeah, I think I'd rather have a damage and luck upgrade, like a just direct damage upgrade. And I'm coming also to the opinion that perhaps I use Void a little overzealously. I think my line, don't die here on the first floor, my line for what is acceptable to Void is miscalibrated, let's say. Like, normally, Lil Loki is a perfectly acceptable item. There's no reason that I would just walk away from that under normal circumstances. Be like, okay, you know, it's not great, but it's takeable. But with Apollyon, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, let's roll the dice on possibly getting decent stats. Okay, well, we're going to have to be exceptionally careful here on this boss fight. So, of course, it's going to be Ragman. I don't know, I think I should just start voiding truly, like, exclusively untakeable items. If it's perfect, like, if on any other run I would take the item, just take it. If I would leave it on a normal run, or it's a spacebar item that won't kill me, cough, kamikaze, cough, void that. But I don't know. I think that's part of, like, the only fun thing about Apollyon, if I'm being honest. It's like, he's kind of a boring character. And I say this as someone who also doesn't particularly like playing as Isaac, because the only noteworthy thing about Isaac is the D6. Like, his stats are literally the baseline for the game. So the only thing that sets Isaac apart is the D6, and the D6 itself is a fun item, and the Void itself is a fun item, but that doesn't make the characters that start with them necessarily that fun. It's just like, okay, I could have just gotten that on my first item room as, say, Cain, and then I'd also have, you know, the lockpick, or you could get it in your first item room as Samson, and you also have Bloody Lust. And we finally got a little bit of HP back, which is amazing, because I very nearly died a couple of times on that room. I hate this. Like, I don't trust those blocks to not get messed up by the fires there. But I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly cynical of Apollyon. But, I mean, if you look at him, his stats are, I think, the exact same as Isaac's. And the only difference is he has one less HP and he starts with the Void instead of the D6. That's not really a noteworthy character to play as, in my opinion. Basically, once I'm done with his post-it note stuff, I'm probably never going to play Apollyon again unless it's on a daily run. Whereas characters like Lilith or even the Lost, I actually do genuinely enjoy playing as the Lost when I'm not trying to do unlocks, like specific unlocks. I do really like Lost runs because they're so unique. And I honestly shot at that thing, I saw it take damage, I thought it was I then decided in my head, oh, it's a Stony, don't worry about it. And I was just gonna let that thing walk directly into me. brain. It's not that, it's like almost 3 p.m. You know, you got no excuse to be that out of sorts. Why don't I go back to my... Oh, we don't have a key. That's why I don't go back to my item room. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get this key then, although we could wait and try and find one, you know, naturally on the floor. I'm a little impatient, and I do want to get back through this room before I forget that this whole situation is taking place. A spirit heart would also do wonders for me. But of course, we would need a bomb for that. We spent our only bomb on a key, so... Yeah, you know what? I was going to avoid glitter bombs, but I actually think, like, that would be a bad decision, because I was just saying how we need bombs, and, please don't take damage on those things. And there we go. Now we have 5 bombs. I would like to get into the curse room without paying HP if possible. This does not seem to be the case. Unfortunate, but not altogether unexpected. So I would imagine that our secret room is perhaps here. It is indeed. We found a tinted rock, which we would have no way of accessing if it were not for glitter bombs. So good job, self. Do we know that pill? I'm drowsy. I still don't 100% know what I'm drowsy does. I think it just slows enemies on the room. If we can get Trinket Smelter, I will absolutely be for that. I really, really love Trinket Smelter as an item, and I love the mechanic behind Trinket Smelter. Alright, well, we took out a couple enemies there with a bomb. I'm getting a little, like, tired of these golden chest tinted rocks, but, you know, it is what it is. Not much that we can do about it. And it's not like we're at major risk of losing our deal with the devil chance here. It's certainly possible. You know, a champion Ragman, or even the worst champion Lilhorn, could potentially do 5 hits of damage. Just the Lilhorn is less likely than the champion Ragman, who apparently heals himself, which was news to me. I feel like you maybe should have gotten hit by that bomb, but alright, that's fine. Guess you were like a pixel away, and you did end up blowing yourself up anyway, which I appreciate. I've learned one of the things to dealing with Lilhorn is patience, actually. When he starts doing his teleport, just feel free to stand there and wait for him to sort of come to you. Yeah, 100% will take both of these. 2/3 Guppy is fantastic. So we should take this. We should play this guy first, though. Hey, give me, like, Sin Robes. Also, thank you, Old Bandage. Okay, that's not Sin Robes. Sure. Mom's coin purse. Maybe should have avoided that, actually. Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. I'm drowsy. Speed up is fine. Balls of Steel is great. Power Pill is good to know. It's nice to know that we have 2 invincibility pills in the rotation. I'm going to avoid that, yeah. Damage and luck, again, we just got to speed up, so might as well... Not worth it. Might as well get 2 stat ups as opposed to 1. I'm going to go back to the curse room now that we have so much HP. I think it would be foolhardy not to, considering we are 1 item away from Guppy. Well, that's not Guppy at all. Also not Guppy. Alright, can I do this without taking damage? Yeah, I guess. Alright, well, please, not like this. Let's just go. The nice thing is I don't have to stress out about time on this run, which should be obvious because we're at 9 minutes on the 2nd floor, which is normally where you want to be fighting the boss on Caves 1. So I'm going to try not to take 60 minutes on this run. It could happen, though, so strap in and just prepare yourself for that. Yeah, let's use I'm Drowsy here. Does this last the rest of the room, or is it timed? Also, is that like a super effective? Curse of the Lost. Okay, well, can we get 2 curses with question mark pill? We can. Oh, good. We have Curse of the Lost, Curse of the Maze. Because I'm punished for taking pills, and this is why I don't take pills. Oh, my 2 favorite curses stacked on top of each other. Well, yeah, now we're definitely going to be in a lot longer run territory. I hate those things on this room. Like, I know for a fact that unless you have, like, a size up, and even maybe then, you can stand against the opposite edge from them and the creep won't hit you, but I have an innate fear that I'm gonna stand there and just be like, nope, you got creeped anyway. I figure we might as well take that. It can't possibly get worse other than, like, bad trip. So I guess I should continue to not take pills, but we gotta be getting close to our rotation limit. Why did I think that was the sun card? I am an idiot. I wanted to kill the portals. Please, just die. This room is, like, unnecessarily difficult for the stage in the game in which you find it. Like, 2 portals that spawn the bats, which are tanky to begin with. And also drowned silkworms, which I still dispute should even exist on this floor. It's like, we have almost 6 damage. And we still can't really effectively kill the drowned silkworms. Which should tell you something about their balance regarding this section of the game. This is I'm Drowsy. Horf. Hilarious. Oh. Please. Not like this. I do genuinely hate this room as well. Like, just now I learned... Not a big fan of that particular room, but we did, against all odds, get through it. Oh, good. Let me tell you about my best friend. Obviously, my best friend in this game is the hosts. Please. Beg you, stop doing this thing. Thank you, Guppy's Hairball. I'm very tempted to honestly just leave this floor. Like, when we fight the boss. We're not at risk of losing the run here, but we are at risk of losing a life, and I don't care about our deal with the Devil Chance, necessarily. Like, it was unlikely to come to fruition to begin with. No. I don't care about the shop that much. Like, 2 walking hosts, one of which is exploding, on a tiny room. No. 0% chance that I ever do that room willingly. Like, that tire fire of a room can actually just get out of the game for all I care. Okay, let's go find our item room and hope for something good. Some survivability because I've squandered, like, all of our HP. We were in a decent spot HP-wise not that long ago, and I've thrown it all away. Curse of the Maze, please. Not like this. Right. That is actually, like, one of my favorite things about this room, is that the chargers and the drowned silkworms can get caught on the mushrooms. But of course, because that makes this room easier, I pretty much expect that to get patched out with the upcoming booster pack. Because why would they ever leave something in the game that can benefit players? If it's a bug that is to the detriment of the players, cough, delirium, cough, and I do consider that entire boss to be a bug, that'll stay in forever. Like, nothing's getting done about delirium. That boss fight is going to be unfair and imbalanced for the rest of the time that the game exists. I know this to be true. But that little glitch or bug, I suppose, that makes the game slightly easier for us, oh, that's gotta be handled immediately. ASAP. I'm being, like, a little reductive and, overly argumentative here. Mostly for humor's sake. But, in every joke there lies a kernel of truth, I suppose, and I do genuinely feel that that's how they prioritize bug fixes. I mean, I've never actually gone back and looked at all of the patch notes for every release of the game and to make a quantitative decision on whether or not that is actually the case. I'm using bias and anecdotal evidence as a longtime Isaac player to, cherry pick experiences for the benefit of my own point. But that's alright. I don't think anybody's taking my opinions on Isaac overly seriously. I'm very tempted to just, take soy milk. This is also not good enough. Since we have a reroll machine, I'll try and get something that's worth taking. I like sulfuric acid tears, but I don't think they're that good. Yeah, that is good enough. It can prevent, any variety of damage and also gives us a spirit heart. So, well worth it, I think. Now I have to remember how to get back to the boss room and hope that Curse of the Maze doesn't tilt me off the face of the planet. We should shoot all these poops. You're correct. I'm not gonna. I'll take petrified poop and move along. What's this? I'm drowsy? Yeah, we'll go use that on the boss. Joke's on you, I was going this way anyway. Okay, no, now the joke is substantially less funny. Right. Wait, what? Is this room always... Okay, yeah, it was. Curse of the Maze, man, tilting me off the face of the planet. Excuse me? Oh, right, I died on this room. That's right. Okay. Fair play. I genuinely thought I'd completed this room already and was somehow being forced to do it again. I'm like, no, I bombed my way out of the host room. I did not bomb my way out of this room. Both of those statements are true, because I died in this room. No. I do not want to fight the stay. At least his minions are slowed as well. Nope. Don't want to stand there, that's for sure. This is going to take 1,000 years, by the way. We do not have good enough DPS for this. Our damage is fine. We've functionally gotten 2 small rocks over the course of this run, which normally on Caves 1, getting a single small rock is great. But we're not really killing it damage-wise, despite that. And maybe that's because we did do Burning Basement followed by Flooded Caves, which are, the hardest possible versions of those floors, but still, yeah, HP plus damage is more than worth it. This is going to be a long one. Just accept that. Curse of the Unknown is fine. We have 2 red hearts and half a spirit heart. So, can't go to the curse room just yet, although I would love to, because there's always the Guppy chance. And Guppy probably wins us this run. Guppy plus a Tears upgrade absolutely wins us this run. Alright. Be advised, do not take damage, or you will lose your deal with the Devil chance. Of course they give me this room. And one that spawns creep. That should be illegal. Okay, well the creep has been handled. Please. Not like this. I'm begging you. I don't know how that... non-explosive fly died, but I'm quite thankful for it. Okay, first and foremost, take care of the spiders. I can hear them, but I can't see them all, and that worries me. Found one. I'm just like trying to get some pot shots in on these bonies while they're still on the far side from me. Okay. Okay. We in this. Something good. That is, like, not good. If it were Lil Gish, I would probably take it based on my earlier analysis of my void use. But making slowing creep, I don't think is that good. So yeah, tears and a shot speed up is substantially better. I like that didn't spawn any enemies when it died. Like, I'm genuinely appreciative of that. Don't run towards me, though, because I need room to kill your silkworms. Beautiful. I don't know if the poops killing them stops them from spawning 2 silkworms when they die, but... I'm, like, mad at myself about that one. The correct play was the Dark Souls dodge, i.e. dodge towards that enemy, because it gives you more space to avoid its angled shot. But, you know, I did the Isaac beginner's mistake where, thank you, Egghead, or Conehead, whatever it's called. I did the beginner's mistake where you dodge instinctively away from enemies, which is not what you want to be doing. I'm going to use flight to my advantage on this room, because otherwise it's a very real possibility that Fallen hits us twice more. Can I group you two to... okay, they apparently do a full heart of contact damage. So that's exciting. Now we have to beat the Fallen without taking basically any damage at all. Not inconceivable. And we do, you know, still have 9 lives at our disposal. No. Okay. Whew. Close call. A Thame is fine. But, like, with 9 lives, I actually don't think it's that good. Like, I know a lot of people, or at least some people, like a Thame as an item. I like it in concept. I like Maw of the Void, except for the fact that it apparently doesn't work with Lilith, if I remember correctly. A Thame is a lot less useful, since you have to take damage to activate it, and then hope that you can kill an enemy during that time period, and then that enemy kills, or drops a black art for you. So yeah, I'll take damage and range up over that, and just leave this floor forever. And hopefully have a floor that does not involve a curse. I'm gonna regret coming here. I actually didn't regret coming there. I hate the small rooms because there's such a high potential for terrible, terrible small rooms. Like the one on the womb where it's just the tentacle whip things, and you just walk in and you pretty much immediately get hit. And it's like, oh, great, thanks. I wanted to be dead. Explosive bonies are actually the worst. Alright, this run is actually really... Oh, that was a charged key. I am constantly mistakenly picking those up before I need to, because I don't wait to look at keys. This isn't an issue with the game, I don't think. Like, this is not me complaining about part of the game's mechanics for once. Rather, I just genuinely, personally need to examine keys before I pick them up. That was perhaps not the wisest dodge I could have made, but it did get the job done, so I'll take it. How tanky are these spiders that we have like 7 damage and we still take 100 years to kill them? Yeah, I'll probably do that, but not right now. Not until we get some form of red heart protection. You know, like spirit heart, a black heart, something. Never mind. I'm an idiot and I dodged directly into an enemy in a stupid portal room. Please. I just want another deal with the devil. Make me guppy. I beg you. And now I'm just gonna go do that room because if we... Oh, right, it's a boss, or a mob trap room, not a boss trap room. So I actually can't get back in there, hilariously enough. Okay. I'm tilting, like really, really bad, and that's obvious. And I'm going to try and right the ship. I disagree with how that happened. There's no way the physics of the game should have allowed that, but alright, whatever. Let's go back in here. If we lose the life in here, we lose the life. It's not the end of the world. We could get something good out of this room, assuming we finish it. We could also hermit card out, but then we'd have to go through that garbage room with the skulls, half of which can be killed, half of which can't. I've been taking a lot of dumb damage against these things lately, and I have no idea why. Yeah, 2 keys, well worth the cost of doing business there, considering we didn't take damage. Alright, let's go find our item room. This should not be a difficult run. Like, if you're looking at it, you know, the item tracker, and you're looking at our stats, like, yeah, no, you're doing just fine. Which tells me that I just need to shore up my play here. Okay. In the last couple of rooms, at least, I've been doing better. Okay, there's one dead. I do want to focus a little bit on this room, just because I do have a tendency to take damage against these things because I get impatient. Like, these enemies are annoying, but I don't have the same issue with them as I do with hosts. Although I do hate that they are briefly invincible upon entering a room. Because that means if you have, like, Brimstone or Mom's Knife, you can't just outright kill them. No. 0% chance that I take my reflection. Like, basically ever. I think it's almost always a bad item. Mongo Baby is not good enough. Sissy Longlegs is not good enough. Punching Bag is definitely not good enough, so I'll just take damage and shot speed instead and move along. And hope that we get a charge before the boss room. That way I don't have to backtrack to that battery charge. It could happen. I'd like to get rid of the leapers if possible. Leaper took one more shot to kill than I expected it to. Okay, so we're not going to get a charge before our boss fight. Not the end of the world, but why would you dodge up into the mask? Self. Okay. What are we on? We're on Necro 1, huh? I'm gonna go try and get into the shop naturally. See if I can't, like, buy any variety of HP. Let's have a thin room with, like, mostly invincible enemies. Thank you. Alright, so there is a spirit heart. And a half... Oh, that's a full spirit heart? Okay. Well, sure. We're still not in, like, a great position, HP-wise, but we're in a substantially better position. we're not full-on glass cannon like we were, although with only 8 damage, I wouldn't really consider that to be a glass cannon run to begin with. But our HP was certainly glass cannon levels. Oh, good. Of course it would be Brownie, because why wouldn't it? You can't give me a boss that follows any sort of rational logic. I mean, I guess it could be substantially worse. Like, we could have gotten Mask of Infamy, which is an actual horrendous boss whom I hate. Please, stop with your shenaniganry. Just be dead. Thank you. Yeah, 100% we take PJs. And now our HP is actually in a great spot. And despite all odds, we did get a deal with the devil here. Guppy? Okay, sure. I'm going to take both of these. Perhaps against my better judgment. Well, we're still like in a decent spot HP-wise. And now we actually have crazy good damage. So we're bordering on guaranteed win now. If I can just maintain this HP, preferably get even more of it, we'll be in a great spot. Because now we're quite handily dealing with rooms. Like, we went from, you know, maybe average DPS for what you would expect at this point of the game to, like, actually above average. I'm very interested in that stone chest? No. I'm not even remotely interested in Libra or Backstabber. Yeah, we'll take Blood of the Martyr, because I am a sucker for damage ups. And also it makes our tears red, which is comforting, although strictly cosmetic. Alright. We got a nickel out of one of these poops. Oh, it's a sticky nickel, though. Immediately displeased. 0 out of 10. Game unplayable. Please. Kill them for me. Okay. Ace of Clubs. Not interested in the Ace of Clubs. I don't think the Ace cards are good. Like, basically ever. I'm gonna go try and find a curse room because the Guppy Dream is still very real. Also, a bomb for that Tinted Rock would be wonderful. Yeah, we're actually just, like, steamrolling the game now. Hilariously enough. It's amazing what one deal with the devil can do for you. And this is why, like, deals with the angel are bad, basically. I like the idea of the deals with the angel, but they're too hard to make work. In order to get a deal with the angel, you first have to, A, get a deal with the devil, which contains an item, and then you have to say no to that item, and then you have to get another deal that only has a 50% chance of being the deal with the angel. So you're already at least one floor behind on deals with the angel. I mean, we could take the Bible, but I don't think it really matters. Alright. We have a battery charge, so here's what we do. We'll pick up the Bible, and then we'll void it, because you never know when temporary flight could be useful. Like, this room, it would have been quite useful for us, so I could, and that way it stops it from showing up later as well. And also we're like a third of the way to the bookworm transformation, which is like pretty much just a value add on this run at this point. All right. And we did get our bomb. We actually got a couple of bombs and an arcade, which does nothing for us, especially since we have an Eternal Heart, and I think it'll take that first, even when you just have Spirit Hearts, but I could be wrong. When we are in Succubus's aura, it does, like, so much for our damage. Okay. I'm glad I chose to explore the rest of this floor. Yeah, wrecking the Fat Bats as quickly as we are, even outside of Succubus's aura, is indicative of how absolutely out of control this run has gotten. Not interested in a self-sacrifice room this time. I'm actually going to go to the correct floor. There's no reason to not do this room. I think Guppy's hairball just saved us damage there. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe I would have avoided that fire anyway. That was not the appropriate way to dodge that, but we weren't punished for it, so much the better. And we got the goat head. I love it. Gimme. Alright, so that's going to be worth 3 deals with the devil, which is really, really good. Like, we'll guaranteed get a deal on this floor and the next 2 floors, and then after that, it's, you know, functionally useless, but probably I would say that it paid for itself. And I know I should be looking for secret rooms, I just, like, can't actually be bothered. Yeah, no. I'm just too lazy, honestly. It's like the one thing, despite taking a million years on every floor, that I just don't do. Like, I'll backtrack and min-max a little bit, but secret rooms are apparently just beyond me. I can't be convinced, no matter how much I know it's the correct play, because you can get a ton of value out of them. I'm just like, it's too hard to look for them. Take the Polaroid. This is definitely what we want. We could get the bookworm transformation if we killed ourselves. I'm not that interested in doing so, however. So let's just go down to the womb and see what we get on our next deal. And we can actually trade this red heart for a deal on this floor, assuming it contains an item and not, like, Krampus. But I would expect to be fighting Krampus in one of these 2 deals. Like, almost guaranteed. I don't know if Krampus location is seeded. Like, maybe one of the deals that we squandered early was going to guaranteed be Krampus, and now we won't get Krampus on this run. I don't think that's how it works. I expect that, like, any deal that you get has a chance to be Krampus. Yeah, I'm going to come in here, even though it is going to cost us a spirit heart to do so. Alright, so we are now Guppy. I don't want Guppy's paw. Like, I don't want it in the void, so I'm just going to ignore that and thank it for its contribution to the run as a Guppy enabler, and then steamroll everything. Ah. Apparently we had Curse of the Maze, which I legitimately did not even notice. Like, we skipped 2 rooms there, and I'm just like, oh no, this is the logical progression of this floor. Dude, get absolutely dunked on, Loki, too. And then they're gonna toss the pentagram at me. I'm gonna take Eye of Belial, because I do think it's a very, very good item. I'm not gonna take Judicious Shadow for obvious reasons, because spawning back as Dark Judas is going to invalidate winning this run. Although I think we would have to go through the rest of our 9 lives before we got to that point. But still, I don't want to die and then beat the run as Judas, who we've already finished maybe the entire post-it note as. Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Yeah, that's gonna do more for us than the Hermit, like, without a doubt. Empress is fine, but, like, we're doing enough damage that, you know, feels like I'm walking on sunshine. I don't plan to use it, like, against a boss or anything. I don't think it's going to be strictly necessary, but rather we could use it to get out of a curse room without taking damage, since we can already get into the curse room without taking damage. That would guarantee us a functionally free curse room. I'm going to take all of these pennies because they could be luck-ups. And for those of you who don't know what Eye of Belial does, when it gives you, like, piercing tears, which is already just good, But when it passes through an enemy, they become homing and they do double damage to any additional enemy that they hit. So, like, if you get 3 enemies in a line like that, the second and third enemy just get completely dusted. Like, it doesn't stack, I don't think, so, you know, going through one enemy doesn't double the damage, and then going through the second enemy doesn't quadruple it. But both of the, like, all subsequent enemies that get touched by the tier do face double damage, so absolutely worth it in my opinion. We got a red heart? Oh, it must have been from glitter bombs. I was incredibly confused. And this is a great way to tell how well a run is going. If I'm not mentioning the run at all, but rather I'm talking about, like, item mechanics in a non-like complaint-driven way, as I want to do often when runs are bad, because complaining makes me feel good. Although I'm sure it's a little annoying to listen to. I'm not even salty at this host, although, like, this is a touch ridiculous. You cannot tilt me anymore, hosts. Oh, that was so good. Very, very satisfying. I think Eye of Belial is an item that I underrated for a little while when I first encountered it, and then I actually really... It was like one of my only tier modifiers or tier effects on an off-camera run, I think. And... or maybe it was on a daily that I played. Either way, I ended up using this item as basically the only thing that altered my tiers in any way. I'm like, oh no, okay, this is actually incredible. Which only makes sense because, again, it gives you piercing tiers, which is already just good. There's no reason to take either of these. We're already guppy, and run's not going to get that much better. Kind of wish I still had a world card here for the cathedral. The cathedral is like, and to the same extent, Shoal, are some of the like worst floors in the game, in my opinion. At least, like, when you're still doing progression and you haven't unlocked the chest or the dark room, they're completely... should not have taken that. Not that it's really going to matter. We just like permanent Polaroid invincibility. Once you unlock the chest in the dark room, there's not really a reason for this floor to exist. It's just a buffer between you and winning. Like, you don't actually get any stronger typically on the cathedral or Shoal, although I know that's a little rich to say considering I did just get Cricket's Head, which is one of the best damage ups in the game. But yeah, typically, you just go through the motions, kill the boss, and then you get to the actual floor that you want to do. Which is why it's always, like, Cathedral and Shoal are such great targets for using the sun or the world or Ansus, anything that gives you mapping, because you can skip most of the floors, or most of the rooms, and just go straight to the boss, and it's like, okay, good, I'm done. It's also why they're great targets for the Emperor card. Alright, so I've learned that you can't sneak behind these enemies. Apparently I can't sneak in front of them either. Hilariously enough. But yeah, I don't think there's a single floor in the game that is more likely to be entirely skipped than Cathedral, and then secondarily Shoal. Like, and the only reason Shoal is less skipped than the Cathedral is because nobody goes to Shoal and the Dark Room. I don't want Dead Sea Scrolls, so I'm just gonna leave. Pandora's Box did basically nothing for us there, except, I mean, it did give us the Eternal Heart, but we were gonna get that HP upgrade anyway, so mostly irrelevant. Don't need that battery. We have plenty of keys for the chest, and I would just like to be done with this floor now. Like, I didn't intend to explore the entire thing. Isaac, you stand no chance of defeating me. I cannot be stopped. We are going to win this run. Unless I get, like, Curse of the Blind. I don't even know what tier effect would ruin this run. We've already seen Soy Milk, so we're not gonna see that again. And we don't even have Curse of the Blind, so we can actually pick our items. Oh, rubber, cement, Lazarax, I do not want. Ghost Baby, not overly interested in. I'm gonna take rubber cement because I love it, and then just void the rest of these. Got a ton of damage. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. We're not gonna use Spider Butt, like, at all on this floor. We're rather just gonna steamroll, defeat Blue Baby, and claim our victory here. And that'll mean just Greed and Greedier mode left on Apollyon. And then just Greedier mode on a handful of other characters, and the post-its will be done. Which is fantastic news for me. And then I have to think what I want to do after that. So I do still need to get the Marathon achievement for dailies, and I'm enjoying doing those, but I don't know. I don't think this is a conversation we have to have every single video, so I'm just gonna continue gushing about how much I'm enjoying this run. And one item I would... Yeah, 1000% I'll take that. Oh, it's severely hampered our rate of fire, but I love Quad Shot, and I will basically take it in every possible situation. This is a really weird chest as well. Dude, Polycephalus, get out of here. Yeah, 3 L-shaped rooms all touching each other. And then a 4th one adjacent to one of those. Just gonna hit every single room here, try and get any other fun tier effects. But no, what I was gonna say is, the one item I would really like to see to take this run to the next level is, like, not that, is Death Touch. Like, we already have piercing shots, so it wouldn't really do much for the run, but having a ton of scythes everywhere would just look cool. Like, that's the only reason I want Death Touch right now. It's not really gonna make the run any better, necessarily. It's just cosmetically going to make it look cooler. Not interested in Bomb Bag, really, so I'll probably void that. Yeah, Infestation 2 is great. Look at our Fly Army. So good. I can't believe the 180 turn that this run took. Like, we were to a point where we were literally losing 9 lives on just regular rooms in what, like the caves, the depths? And now we're steamrolling the chest. Gimme. We have 5 luck. This is fantastic. Like, I genuinely don't want this run to end now. Remember when we fought Brownie as an actual boss? And it was terrible? Not so anymore. We're also very fast, which has got to be due to the Void. Must have been getting a ton of speed ups. Minecrafter is not necessary. Thank you for that penny. Very necessary to the success of this run. Alright, let's go crush Blue Baby. Spawn some... I was going to say spawn some flies, but it turns out it did not matter. So there we go. Locust Famine. Fantastic. Yeah, almost done with Apollyon's posted now. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. As always, feedback is welcome in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time.